we're in the church. Yes, we're saved, but we had moments of a pity party. Why me? Why is this happening to me? Why don't I have this? And we had to catch ourselves and understand that, yes, we are thankful and ought to be thankful. This is not a pretty picture. And virtually every evangelical preacher has used the pages of this text to talk about those on the outside. But look again at verse 21. Can we look one more time? It says, because that when they knew God, that's us, when they knew God, they glorified him not as God. They glorified him, but not as God. Neither were they thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and the foolish heart was darkened. Now, just to be fair to those who don't use the King James Version, I looked at other translations to try to help me out. One translation says, yes, they knew God, but they would not worship him as God or even give him thanks. And they began to think of foolish ideas of what God was like. As a result, the minds became dark and confused. That's the New Living Translation. Another one says, for although they knew God, they neither glorified him as God, nor gave thanks to him. But their thinking became futile, and their foolish heart was darkened. That's the New International Version. I didn't stop there, but I looked at one more. For even though they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give him thanks. But they became futile in their speculations, and the foolish heart was darkened.
All right.
That's the New American Standard Bible. I looked at one more. For although they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give thanks to him. But they became futile in their thinking, and the foolish hearts were darkened. That's the English Standard Version. Sometimes we have the tendency to read different versions of the Bible until we find one that kind of agrees with what we want to preach or what we want to teach. However, this is one of those verses that no matter what version you look at, they all say the same thing. They knew God and did not honor God and did not give God thanks. Therefore, the hearts became darkened. That means the problem with the human race is not a lack of knowledge. The deeper problem is ignoring the knowledge that we already have.
Okay.
Truth always demands, hear me young folk, truth always demands a response. No one can be neutral in the spiritual arena. God does not deal with lukewarm. There's no such thing as a lukewarm Christian. Well, you know, I'm saved, but I'm a little indifferent. No, you're not, baby. You're just not saved.
Okay.